really pumped about today on American Dream Television. We have got a wonderful expert here to talk about a pretty special neighborhood.
Yes, we're talking about the west side of St. Paul. I was born and raised here, Julissa, and I gotta tell you, my heart is here. I was born and raised and I lived up here. I grew up a few blocks away, and even after 6 years in the Navy, this is where I brought my family back to, and I still consider it home.
So let's see what makes the west side of St. Paul so special. The local art scene here is stacked. We've got amazing heavy hitters when we talk about artists.
Absolutely. We got legendary artists like Ruben Trejo, as well as the work we see behind us by Neto Ibarra and Shilam Balam.
All right, so far we've seen a lot of really amazing art, and there's kind of a theme, isn't there?
Absolutely, especially starting in the 60s with the Chicanoism type murals that were being put up all the way up and down Robert Street, and as well as Concord Street, which is now Cesar Chavez. But on top of that, would you believe that the Cinco de Mayo parade and the Cinco de Mayo festivities that are here on Cesar Chavez is one of the largest in the nation?
This is honestly a really iconic corner.
Absolutely. We definitely punch up way above our weight. Even with our sports, we have a fantastic youth sports organization that sets up our kids, whether they're competing on the field, on the court, or just all over the place. They are able to hit way above their weight. We've got Super Bowl champs. We got people playing in the NBA. We've got iconic sports figures that are coming out of this area right here.
And when we're talking about this area, we're talking about one neighborhood here in St. Paul. So in District del Sol, every corner has a story. We've got some iconic small businesses here, like El Burrito Mercado, Don Pancho's.
Absolutely. We also have Boca Chica, which has been around for years with the Frias family. But I gotta tell you, Don Pancho's is really where it gets me started.
You know, as we were preparing for this segment, we were talking a little bit about the people that live on the west side, right? Yeah, and it's kind of disproportionate, some of the people that are coming out of west side.
Absolutely.
Tell me more about that.
Absolutely. I mean, we talk about the businesses, we talk about the people. We've got the former mayor that came out of that lives here. We've got the state senator, we've got the state reps, we've got the former police chief. We've got the county commissioner, and these are all people who represent other areas, but they call this, the west side, they call it home.
And they still do.
Absolutely.
All right, so we've talked about art, we've talked about sports, we've talked about politics, we've talked about local businesses.
Yes, for sure.
And speaking of local businesses, right?
This is kind of neat because down here along the cave system and the bluffs that's on the flats of the west side, we also have the very first brewery that was ever created in the state of Minnesota.
That's a local business with history.
Yeah, absolutely. And that history doesn't end with just the brewery. The cave systems, it used to be the safe haven for the gangsters in the 20s and the 30s. There was an unofficial peace treaty between the St. Paul PD and the gangsters that were coming in, like Babyface Nelson, the Barker Gang, Dillinger. Don't cause trouble. We won't arrest you. We won't haul you in. They couldn't keep to their end of the bargain, and they were gone.
It's definitely a tour that I think is worth taking.
It is definitely a tour worth taking because they'll take you through the cave system right along the flats. The flats was a whole entire residential system before it got moved up the bluff. It's great history.
It's great history, and it's a really great view.
And as we wrap this up, one little piece that I want to talk about is the part of the history. Would you believe that in World War II, the first shots that were fired by the United States was from a guy from here on the west side?
We're representing.
Yeah, the USS Ward, and the gun, the actual gun, is still over on the Capitol grounds. I think we'll talk about that in another episode.
Well, Isaac, honestly, thank you for showing off the west side from your eyes.
Hey, you've been my business partner for a long time now. And you know how much I love bragging about the West Side, the hidden gem that it is. So being able to do that with you again, and also with American Dream TV, can't ask for anything better than that.
So definitely check us out at our next episode where we're going to show off a little more of Minnesota.